But you're right though. You do have to be. It changes the whole game. You have to be aware of stuff that you didn't have to pay too much attention to before. So you know
All right.
that's a difference. That's a
Yeah.
difference. That changed the whole game, man. You know, but
All
yo,
right, everybody.
before we go, we are gonna have to get back to that because, like I said, I was up there watching Brady. It might be established now that he may be
All
the
right. Well,
best
we can
NFL
discuss
player
that
ever.
in a minute,
We're gonna have to
Stace,
get
but
back to that.
we got a show to do.
We're gonna have to get back to that. Have to.
Yeah. All right. Welcome, everybody. This is TL, and that's my man, Stace.
Yo.
And this is Real Brothers for the Real World. Welcome to our digital neighborhood.
Welcome.
And we got a good show planned for y'all tonight. We hope
And here we
y'all
see
will
that
take notice of the comment section that we have a link that you can click on. If you would like to get on and comment, please do so. And Stace, why don't you let us know what we working with tonight?
All right, y'all. Well, like Nike said, welcome to the Real Brothers of the Real World, our Sunday podcast.
Yeah.
I had a couple sips. Nike's over there doing something in North Carolina. I'm not gonna ask him what it is, but his eyes are a little small, a little glassy. But
the shirt
all right.
says it all.
You say what?
The shirt says it all.
Hey, we can't read that, man. We can't read what that says.
It ain't nothing to read.
You said the shirt says it all?
My shirt says it all.
But what does it say? That's what I'm asking.
It don't say nothing. The picture. Oh my God. You dumb motherfucker.
Disregard him, y'all. Disregard Terry. All right.
It's gonna be
we got a couple good topics we're gonna talk about tonight. You know, if Terry get too crazy, I'll turn his mic off. All right. We got 4 topics. I'm gonna run them down now. As Terry said, the link is up there. The link is up there right now.
Yeah, it's up there.
Please click on the link, get your drink, and join us on the podcast or whatever it is that you do to escape. It and join us. I see we got 4 people checking us out. All right. We got
4. Come
4.
on, man.
Looks like 4. All right, we got NBA super teams.
Right.
We have, are we Americans or African Americans?
Right.
We have, can people be expected to survive on minimum wage? Mm-hmm. And Nike being the old rapper that he used to be, he flipped it and made it sound good. Was Obama worth the drama? That's a little bit of TLMC came back for North South Strong. All right. So but Nike, before we go there,
yeah,
you got a random for us. I got one. Do you want to do yours first? Or you want me to run with it?
You know what? I'm gonna do mine first, real quick.
You remember what it was, Nike?
Yeah, The Matrix. Right. Yeah. Okay. So I watched The Matrix. Remember? Yes. So yeah, The Matrix. So I had watched The Matrix, and like the first time that I watched it, I didn't really get it. You know what I mean? So I had a couple. I seen the trailer for the new one that's coming out, and I was like, you know what? Let me give it another shot. So I watched 1 and 2, and I was like, yo, it makes sense to me now. You know what I mean? The Matrix, 2 systems, like, and I believe that relates to, you know, our lives today, not just Black people, but people in general.
Right, the way we live.
We don't see the real picture. We only see what we're shown.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like you said, when we.
Oh, that's what it was. Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, ignorance is bliss, right? So it's the difference between being woke and seeing what's really going on, and the difference between like not wanting to see what's really going on, rather being comfortable with your current situation.
And you know what, Nike? And that was interesting. And you're right. That's where we ran with it. Ignorance is bliss. And can you fault somebody? Because we talked about the example with the dude on the first one that made the deal with the agents
with the steak.
He wanted to stay in the Matrix. Right, he ate the steak. Can you fault him though? I mean, is there anything wrong with saying, you know what? I don't want to know about everything that's going on because I have something good here. I'm comfortable. I'm enjoying myself. So let me be. Is there anything wrong with that?
Yeah, there's a lot. In my opinion, there's a lot wrong with that because, in my opinion, I think that's selfish, especially when, like the system that you're saying it's okay, is not beneficial to other people, right? So you like if you just sit back, like, there's some black people who are comfortable, who make a good living, and they're not struggling. So why would they want to take the red pill? You know what I mean?
Right.
And they're satisfied with how their life is going and everything is good.
But can you fault
that's
them though,
not
Nike? I
that's
mean,
I can fault them, man, because
but I think
they
you're
only
at one place now. But you're at one place now. But the person that says, for me and my family, we're gonna take the red pill and eke out this existence in our picket fence and not be involved with those things that are going on the outside. Can you fault them though? And I get that just.
Yes, I can fault them, because like I said, it's for instance, Stace, I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable.
Right.
Like I don't have to do, I don't have to care about my people. I don't have to say, we need change.
Right.
I've been able to make my own way. I don't, I've survived, right? I've I don't have to, but I think that it would be selfish of me. I'm still black. It don't matter how much money you make, where you live, all of that. I'm still black. I get the black experience every day I leave this house.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So, but now remember though, Knight, but we said that the whole thing is ignorance is bliss. That person never took the red pill, so he never woke up. He just said, let me live in my ignorance. So now you decided you took the blue pill or whatever the pill. You took
I took the red pill.
You took the red pill,
right,
and woke up. But if the person says, no, I'm cool with the blue joint, so therefore they don't know. Ignorance is bliss. I mean, I get that. I get it.
I understand it, but I think it's wrong. I think it's selfish. Like I said, I think it's selfish when when you can look at the surrounding information and it's the information is there if you choose to see it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The pill is there.
Right.
But you know what? Let me ask you this though, Nike. But to a certain extent, though, do we try? And let me speak for myself, though. I think to a certain extent, though, we attempt to feed our kids and the people that we love. We attempt to give them the red pill because, to a certain extent, we do want to shield them from everything that's out there.
No, you give them the blue pill, right?
We give them the ignorant pill.
Right. Because I don't give my kids the ignorant pill.
Well, but no, Nike. I think to a certain extent, you don't. If you could shield them from some of that stuff and maybe give them information, but not have them experience that, though.
Shielding them from ignorance is the same thing as letting them be influenced by ignorance.
No, well, but I think I'm talking about it in terms of their experience in life. If you can let them know that those things exist, but remove
not for
them.
you.
Think about you.
That's
but wait a minute. But you live in North Carolina. Right. You want your family to come to North Carolina to get away from this nonsense, right? We talked about that.
Right.
But
I still tell them what's going on in the world.
Exactly.
But
my point is that so they'll know what's going on, but if we can remove them from that stuff that we went through, that we experienced, then we'll do it. Right? What? I mean, I know that we do though. We don't want our kids to go through what we went through.
Shielding them from damaging influences is different from giving them the instructions about life and giving them the actual red pill so they know for themselves as they're growing up and into their adulthood, they can look at bullshit and see when it's bullshit.
Right.
See, if you don't teach your kids when bullshit is going on, then they'll have no idea. If you don't tell them, who's gonna tell them?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The system is more information out there to fuck their heads up than it is.
I'll say this. I think that the more able that we are, that blue pill becomes more purple. And this is what I mean by that. I don't think that we want to shield our kids from the information, but we want to shield them from the experience. We want them to live the life of comfort as possible. And like I said, not go through the things that we did. Again, that we give them the
that's all philosophy. I don't teach my kids that. I teach my kids that they black, and the world is going to treat them right, and the world is going to treat them like they're black.
But so we try to remove them from the experience of it, though. We do. Like I said, I don't want my kid to come up the way I did. I mean, not that.
Oh, I see. That's a different topic, though, Stace.
Because we
letting them
live in ignorance. Yeah, no. I agree with that, though. We don't want them to live and not know that it exists, but we try to shield them from the experience of it. We don't, like I said, we don't want our kids to experience the things that we did. So if we can remove them from it, then we do. But yeah. So that was it. All right,
what's your random?
All right. I forgot where it came from. We were talking about it earlier. Basically, it was what I wrote down was women. You can't live with them, but you can't live without them. And then we went on to talk about how, for whatever reason, we do. For whatever reason. The only I guess, even going back to the scriptures and the religious times, if you want to look at it that way, the ones that were able
scripture. Did you just say scripture?
Scriptures, yeah. I mean, religious. In terms of religion, we talk about Samson. The one that hurt Samson was the one that cut his hair. The one that could hurt you the most, that you give the ability to hurt you, is your woman. So it's like, while we can't live without them, at the same time, because of the way that the relationships play out, they're the ones that wound up having the ability to cause the most harm.
Well, the thing is, that can be true, and it depends on your woman, right? It depends on which woman you choose to be with, right?
Now, I'm not saying they do it, but they have the ability.
They have the ability, because
they have the ability to cause more damage than anybody else.
You're only going to let your brother get but so
Absolutely.
Close. Like, absolutely. I love you to death.
Absolutely. Right? I can't jack the whole thing up.
Right, yeah. It's a difference between you,
right,
and
but why is that, Nike? I mean, but why is that?
Because man, like I said,
why do we give
behind every successful man, usually there's a good woman behind them, right? But there's the same way that a man needs a woman, a good woman behind him, is the same way, like you saying, a woman can tear your whole world up
like no one else.
You know what I mean? Right. Because they only the ones that can get really.
So why do we give that up then? I mean, why do we give that up? I never thought of it that way. But why do we?
It's not that we give it up.
We do. We give the person that ability. We give them the ability.
That's called love, Stace. That's called love, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what love is all about. Like, you can't love somebody without trusting them. Right? So if you really love somebody, you trust them.
So that's a part of giving of yourself.
Yeah, and that's how people get their feelings hurt so much
to the core. Right.
So because if you say you love this person, or you're in love with this person, and they fuck you over, you hurt because you trusted that person.
Right. And
you know what I mean?
Right.
That's the whole part of being in love with someone.
Right. Well, you know what though? Well, let's tie the two together then. I mean, somebody once said it, that relationships, you know, it's either super high or super low. So would it be safer than to not engage then? Would it be safer to not?
Nah, that don't make sense.
No, but think about it tonight. But think about it.
Not if to engage at all.
No. To not. Would it be safer to not give somebody the ability to do that?
Do you want to live safe though? Do you really want to live safe?
True. I agree.
You want to live balls to the wall, right? You know what I mean? You want to get the most out of life. You can't get the most out of life by being safe. What we're doing right now is not being safe. You know what I'm saying? You have to, anybody who's ever done anything substantial in life,
they took a chance, right?
They don't play. It's not because they were safe,
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Now this is, and you know what? Don't look at this, Nike. This is, and I don't know if women understand this. That statement that's up there now. This is the heart of men.
Vulnerable enough to open yourself up for those kinds of feelings. Yeah.
And you know what's funny, Nike? That right there is the heart of a man. And I often wonder if women truly understand that. And this is what I mean by that. We talked about it one time before. A man to go out there and rip and run, and I thought about it, and it might sound crass, but to a man, running around is almost just like masturbating. It's nothing. A dude will run around.
I disagree.
Let me finish this statement.
All right.
The way that you know that you have a dude is by when that man is vulnerable to you. Let
me tell you this. The way you know that you have a man, like you just said, a man will run around, right? A man is not going to run around if he's getting everything he wants at home, and if he's in love with the person he has at home.
See, but so you disagree with when they was so okay? I think that we men are opportunists.
Mm-hmm.
If we can, and don't get me wrong, Knight. I don't mean 100%. I'm not. We can't have a discussion like that.
Right? Yeah.
But I think that for the most part, if a man think that he can do something to get away with it, he'll do it for that 20 minutes of pleasure, opportunity. Now don't get me wrong. If it's a matter of jeopardizing something that I have at home, you're right. No, but if I can do this real quick and get away with it, most men are going to do it. No, you agree with that or not? If a lady says, no, "Come on, Knight," a lady
not all
says,
the time, man. Like
we're not talking about 100% of the people, Knight.
Right.
We're saying for the most part, a lady says, "Okay, listen, dog. I know what you got. I'm not. Give me 10 minutes, and you on your way." How many men? Give me a percentage, Knight. What percentage of man gonna say no? Give me a percentage. What percentage of the man gonna say no?
I have said no before.
No. I said, see, I'm not talking about you. I said, give me the percentage of men.
I don't know the percentage. No. That's a crazy. I don't. All right, 92%. All right, I'll be.
So 8% of the men are gonna say no.
I don't know, man. That's a crazy question.
All right, I got you. Right. But all right, but I think that statement right there, being vulnerable. Somebody said, "My man." I wish I understood what they meant by that. Who's that? Is that somebody trying to come on? Put the link out there again, Knight, because I wanted this person said, "My man." I wonder what they meant by that. Safe.
What they meant by that?
Yeah, what they meant by that, my man. I mean, do they mean that they agree with what I'm saying? That men are opportunists, and if they can do something, Chris Rock said it. Chris Rock said a man is limited by his opportunities. If a man could do something,
listen to Chris Rock.
But no. I'm not saying that What? My daughter is that? Hold on, somebody. Wait a minute.
Stephanie said that.
Stephanie said that.
Yeah.
Stephanie. Now the other person got to fall within that small percentage that'll say no. Remember that, boo. All right. But anyway, whoever said that, my man. Oh, I see what she's saying. I got it. All right. My husband will turn it down. Okay. All right.
That's right, Stephanie. You keeping him happy and he's satisfied and he loves you. He ain't going nowhere.
And again, that's not saying that. And again, like, I'm not saying 100%, but I'm just saying that I think that, I think that as a rule, men are opportunists, because I don't think that it might sound crazy, but I don't think that aspect of a relationship is viewed the same. I don't think it is. The physical aspect, I think, is viewed different between women and men. Somebody come on and prove me wrong.
I'm not gonna lie, and my wife knows this. I like I like seeing women, and I love women and looking at women.
Like porno, like you watch a lot of porno. Is that?
I watch porn, yeah. I watch porn, but that's not that's not what we're talking about. But since you're getting all personal and shit, yeah, I watch porn. I watch porn, but look, so what I'm saying is, like, I can get a satisfaction out of a beautiful woman without having to violate my wife.
Vows,
you know what I'm saying?
The relationship,
like, right. So you know what I'm saying? So it's a different, like, I have it all depends on how that man has respect for women too. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
how you got people out here that's just smashing everything he can get his hands on.
So that means that they disrespect women? Or is it that's just a dude that's out there saying, if I can get it, I'm gonna get it? They're not raping anyone. If two consenting adults and he has a lot available to him,
that's true. That's true.
I mean, that's not disrespecting a woman.
Well, that used to be me, so I can't. I sound like a hypocrite.
Right. I don't think you disrespecting women, but now you, with that statement that you just said, you agreeing with Chris Rock. A man is limited by his opportunities. Before, when and that's not speaking where you are now, but if the opportunity is there and you can take advantage of it at a certain point, you take advantage of it. It's not a big deal. I think the physical aspect.
Trust me. I've had. Well, nah.
All right, let's go. All right, we got our 4 topics. Like, you say what?
What's next?
Ready to roll on?
Yeah, let's roll on. What's our topics, man? Hit our topics. All right,
here we go. We got NBA super teams.
Mm-hmm.
We have, are we Americans or African Americans?
Mm-hmm.
Can people be expected to survive on minimum wage? Was Barack Obama worth the drama? Where you want to
go? Well, since I did a lot of research on this, while it's fresh in my head, because I'll be forgetting stuff left and right, I would like to go with that. Can people be expected to live on minimum wage?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said you did some research.
Over the last week. So I found like 3 different reports on it, and it talks about minimum wage versus inflation. So minimum wage has not kept up with inflation.
Correct.
At all.
Right.
If it had, minimum wage, 2 reports that I read said that minimum wage should be $24 an hour.
Right. Wow. Minimum wage.
And 1 report said $26 an hour.
Minimum wage.
In order to keep up with the current inflation.
Right.
So if you telling me that inflation is to the point where minimum wage should be $24 an hour, and right now it's like what, $7.25?
No, it's been raised, but
15. All right, 15. You still barely making half of what you should be making in order to, like, that gives you the poverty level of what you need to survive, right? So if you're not making $24 an hour, you barely surviving.
Agreed. Now this is my take on the night. Now I put the link up there. So I hope that someone, if they have some input, they'll click on the link and join us. The question was, can people survive?
It's in the chat as well.
Say it again. In the chat.
It's in the chat as well. Yeah.
Can people survive on minimum wage? This is my take on the night. And as you all talk about that, my perspective on things. Can people survive comfortably, having all of the things and the stuff that they want? Probably not. But I think that I think therein lies the problem. I think that in today's society, Nike, I think that we want too many You know, we want so many things that I think that's the biggest problem. I guess I'll put it that way. I think the bigger problem is not the rate, the current minimum wage rate. Is the the fact that we are conditioned and we're so busy chasing things that's what makes life tough.
Well, I mean, no. These reports is not talking about things. These reports are referring to the housing, so mortgages, rent, all of that is up. Electricity, all your utilities up. Phone, cable,
the cost of living, right?
Cost of living is way up. But you know what I mean. So they're not talking about, okay, well, I want to go get a pair of Gucci whatever. They just talking about being able to live, like just keeping yourself parallel.
See, but you know what though, and I guess this is one of the
horizontal.
Say it again. We said not.
No. Go ahead.
This is one of the advantages to living in this country, and this is what I mean by that. Fortunately for us, the way our society is set up, there's so many safety nets out there for the people that fall in those categories. You could get, as long as you're willing to apply for the programs that are out there, you get housing vouchers, you can get you get food subsidies, so while that minimum wage might be a little tough if that were your only source of income, but there's so many other supplements out there that you could take advantage of, so that, I mean, I'll go as even far to say that somebody that's at that level, they might live a little more comfortable than the person in the middle that don't qualify for those programs.
Let me tell you why all of that is bullshit. They like with the government,
you talking about
all of the government programs and all that. Let me tell you why a lot of that is bullshit, right? That is specifically set up to pacify people and to give listen.
Regardless, Nike. But it's there.
Listen
go ahead.
For a second.
Okay.
Those things are made to like I said, pacify people, or to get people to not know that they can do better, right?
Well, okay, so the question I have for you then,
and here's another thing: a lot of these programs have taken the place of the black man in the household.
Okay,
and I'm gonna tell you why I say that.
Okay, go ahead.
A lot of these programs specifically tell the mother that there can't be a father in the house, and you can get A, B, C, D, E benefits.
Okay.
As long as you push your man to the side, we'll give you somewhere to live. We'll give you food to eat. We'll take his place.
See, but now, okay. Put that to the side for a second, though. When you talk about these programs are in place to pacify, that doesn't negate the fact that they exist. So if you're on that level where you qualify for those programs, the fact that you can go out and get food stamps, you're not sitting back saying, well, this is only to control the type of food that I eat. You're just saying, thank God I can apply and I can get these food stamps because they're helping me feed my family.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So I'm talking about the circumstances surrounding those benefits. Like, so if you're going to give a family, no, it's not regardless. It's not regardless. It can't be regardless, because if you're telling a family that they can't have a man in the household and we'll give you everything you need to survive. I got a question for you. That's breaking up the black family.
Okay, and I agree with that. But this is my question for you: is it that you won't qualify for the programs if there's another salary in the house because now you're going to make too much? Is that what they're saying? Or are you just because it's hard to believe that it's somewhere written saying if there is an adult man living in that home, or the kid's father living in a house over the age, whatever, whatever it is, regardless of his income, you no longer qualify for the program.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
Because they say, so you going down there, you trying to get child support and child benefits. So as long as you can prove that daddy not there, we give you everything you need.
Okay.
That's bullshit.
I agree with that.
That's breaking up families, because
you have to put it out in order.
You have to put it right. And if they pop up on you and they see your man in the house, you lose your benefits.
Yeah. Now that's a bunch of bull crap. I agree with that though, because to be honest with you, regardless of who's in the home, if you need the help, you need the help.
You need the help, right?
So yeah, I can't. You're not gonna get an argument with me on that at all. All right. Anything else on that one? Or are you ready to move on, man? Because I think we're on the same side of that one. All right. So we got NBA super teams. Are we Americans or African Americans? Was Obama worth the drama?
Go ahead, you pick this one.
Okay, all right. Let's go with the on a softer note, because I was watching an interview with Kobe.
Well, what's the topic you going with?
I'm sorry, we're gonna go with the NBA super teams.
All right.
And I was watching an interview with Kobe, and the interviewer asked him, what does he think about, first he talked about who would be the best of all times. Of course, he asked him that, between he and Jordan and everything else. But then he went on and asked him his thought on the fact that the NBA players have so much input on the movement of the players and creating these super teams. And I thought that was interesting. Personally, I say, you know what? I mean, these owners have been doing this for years, and the fact that these young boys now are starting to get to the level where they can get involved with the business of the team, it's whatever. I don't have a problem with it. What are your thoughts, Knight?
Well, the guy that we're talking about basically is LeBron James, because he's the only one right now that really has the power to dictate who's playing on the team.
The other players are like, no.
Him and maybe.
It's a bunch of them, Knight. Now maybe they can't go sit in a meeting with someone, but they're saying, they're forcing trades.
They want to play with this one and that one.
Correct. Right, exactly. Right. Bring this person.
I think that's horse shit. Like, me being like, I used to be an athlete, right?
Right.
Why do we give that up?
Huh?
I'm listening. You said you used to be.
I hear an echo. What's going on?
I got it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, being that I used to be an athlete, I kind of don't have respect for somebody who wants to stack the deck. Like, you know what I mean? When to me, like, I could never see Jordan being like, even though he did get Scottie Pippen, but that was a natural, that was natural. You know what I mean? If you got people in your system that you drafted or traded for, something like that, that's cool.
I mean, but isn't that
like the super team, like how Brooklyn did it, how the Lakers trying to do it, and all that?
See, but this is my thought on it, though, Knight. Like I said, though, the owners have been doing this for years. The owners have been trading. I hate to use the word pieces. Even that word is a little rough. Yeah. But trading players from here to there, and so the fact that now players are involved with that process, I don't have a problem with that. But I also think that that it forces some of the other teams to then get involved with it, because if you don't, then you get left behind. I think that this is a part of the way things are going to happen now. I just don't have a problem with it.
I just don't like it, man. Like because it makes it where all the talent is in one spot or one or two spots. That's bad for the NBA. But what about the lower market team?
But you do. You know what I'm saying? Have talent on other.
No, I'm not saying they don't have talent, but if you got 4 superstars on one team, and you going against this team, we got one superstar and a guy that was drafted who's getting ready to be a star or something like that. They don't have no really shot against a guy that got 4 superstars.
Yeah, they do. Now, look at Milwaukee. Milwaukee won last year, right? How many superstars on that team?
Well, that's Giannis. That's different.
Exactly. How many superstars on that team? So I mean, you know, and I think
but see, everybody, Chris Middleton is underrated though. Okay. Chris Middleton is underrated on that team.
But still look.
Giannis didn't do that by himself.
I'm not saying that. I agree with that 100%. But looking at it from a high level, though, I think that it's not always a matter of going out and getting all superstars. It's just realizing what your superstar, the role players that your superstar need around you to get you over the hump. Even when what's that team? Toronto won. That was just they only had Kawhi and a bunch of role players.
Right.
You know, so I don't, you know.
No, they had what's his name?
Is he a superstar?
He's not a superstar, but he's a good player. Pascal, what's his name? Pascal or something?
Oh no, but they had a bunch of role players. I mean, you could even argue. Well, now Golden State though, they have a couple superstars. You know, I think they
Golden State, but that's all. They were all drafted. They were all traded. You know, it wasn't like, you know, they just we gonna max our salary cap out. You know what I mean? Like,
so I don't
let's have some competition. Let's do it. You know what I mean?
I don't have a problem with it. I think that like I said, if the owners have been doing it all this time, and now you have the players that can get involved with it at that level, and have some say so and force it and realize the power that they have, I'm cool with it. All right, what's this?
I get that. I'm just saying, like, you know, I like basketball like back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I can't see Larry Bird or Charles Barkley
going to play the Lakers, right?
You know what I mean?
But is that nostalgia?
They like, yo, this my shit. We gonna win it.
But is that nostalgia though? Is that the way that it was?
It's just like, you know what I mean? That's why like Embiid, he one of my favorite players right now. Not just because he's a Sixer, because
sticking with
it. Fuck it, we gonna do it. We gonna do it because I'm this shit.
Right. True.
Like Ben Simmons don't want to play. All right, fuck him. We still gonna do this shit because I'm this shit, not because we need to bring this person, that person, this person.
But listen to this though. Are we going anywhere right now? No. So we still
we in the hunt for the playoffs. What are you talking about?
We're not going anywhere. Do you really think, Knight, that
they got a chance
with the way that we're currently constituted that we can go and win some? All right, let me read this thing real quick. Free agency makes it completely different. We don't like it because the players are controlling their own destiny. Problem is when they put their legacies on the line with the stacked
deck. Yeah,
now,
that's my point.
See, but what do they mean by put their legacies on the line, though? I mean,
because just like we mentioned, Jordan, he don't want nobody coming in talking about another superstar on his team. Man,
is that crazy. Putting his legacy on the line, though? I mean, if he says,
because if you go into a team that already got 3 other superstars.
But nobody talks about that when they talk about LeBron. They don't say, well, he won a lot of championships. Well, look who he had with him. They just say LeBron.
That's
these
because
are the rings
LeBron
he won.
at the time when he won those championships, he had Bosh and Wade, and that's what kind of started that whole shit off.
Right.
And that's why when people compare him to Jordan
he didn't put his legacy on the line.
His legacy was on the line. That's why right now more people consider Michael still above him as the greatest basketball player
because he did it with
Mike did it like I'm this shit.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
No, I get that. I do get that. But I don't think, I don't think that puts your legacy on the line, because I think when the history is written and we look back, I mean, sometimes we get into a deep dive when you start talking about the supporting cast and things like that. But for the most part, when you talk about rings, you start talking about rings.
Yeah, you know what I mean? If you chasing rings to the point where you jumping teams to get on the best team, come on, man. That's not that will fuck with your legacy if you asking me. You know, if you asking a fan, like a, you know what I mean, like if you asking somebody that's all about the competition,
right,
they ain't going that, you know.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. All right, you ready to move on, Nike?
Yes, sir.
We got 2 more left. All right, is the link up there while I'm reading these 2, Nike? Put the link back up.
All right.
Because they said we didn't put up last time because you were so busy being wrong, trying to argue with me.
Fuck out of here.
So we're not gonna let that happen again. All right, there's the link.
All right.
We got these up. We got these 2. Are we Americans or African Americans? And was Barack Obama worth the drama?
All right, yeah. So let's hit that one.
Which one?
Are we American or African American? Because
Okay.
I'm a little confused. You know what I mean? I'm not confused, but you know, what's the deal? We Americans or what?
What do you mean? Though? Okay, what do you? Well, personally, when people, I think we are African Americans, but I don't. But the fact that we say that we're African Americans, I don't think that means that we're not Americans, though. I mean, I think that we are.
How come white people just be like they're American?
See, but would you want to get rid of your sir? Your sir title.
If I was equal, an American? If I was equal, had the same equity in this country, if I had the same advantages in this country, yeah, then I'd be like, fuck it.
See, but if that's American. The case, like, but wait a minute, like hold up, wait a minute.
If I had the same opportunities as other Americans, or if I had the same treatment as other Americans, and we all was American, yeah, I'd be American. I would. Hey, I'm all with it.
But
because I'm
like
not.
Saying, but that's like saying
I'm not.
Wait a minute. So you feel okay? Now this person said American. Again, I don't think that saying that we're African American means that we're not saying that we're American. I just think I look at it as a description. That's almost like saying I'm a male instead of just saying I'm a human.
I'm saying that in the context of when white people are referred to.
Come on up here, Renee.
Their nationality is American. For the most part, they're just American.
Because I do see Italian American
and
Nike. But wait a minute, Nike. Hold, listen to this though. We do this though. We refer to ourselves as African Americans. I mean, I could walk around saying
that's because we are African. Because everybody else refers to us as African American states.
But I guess what I'm saying is, I think that I don't think there's anything wrong with that by further identifying myself.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it.
I know, but what I'm saying is I look at it as a further description of who I am. I am an American, but I'm an African American. Hey, nice.
Right.
Come on up here and join us.
You're an American. All right. So I know you said people refer to themselves as Italian Americans,
right?
Or Polish American. Right. They don't refer to themselves as I'm a European American.
Well, no,
because they know where they come from, Stace.
But Nike, but you just said
know their lineage.
Polish American, or
they know their lineage. They know their lineage. They know their history. They know where they come from.
But Nike, we say African American though. It's the same thing. We say African American.
Do they say European American?
Oh, you mean because we don't know
Africa is a continent.
So I should say, okay, I'm a Ghana American.
You don't know. You can't say because you don't know where you're from.
No, I did my DNA.
Where you
and
from,
I know
Steve? Where you from? Where you from?
Like it's a percentage of Congo. No. I did my DNA. I know.
Where you from, Steve?
I just told you. I'm like Congo.
What street you live on in the Congo, State? Fuck out of here.
Wait a minute. Let me see something. Wait a minute. Let me see. Somebody said, feel better, Nike. Sorry, I spelled your name. Oh, wait, we didn't mean to put that up there. All right. somebody screwed your name up. My fault. But what I'm saying is, Nike, I look at that as a further description of who I am, so I don't look at it. I don't think
a further description of who you are
as an American, right? I think that I'm an American, but I'm letting you know I'm not only an American. I'm an African American. I just think that's almost like saying I'm not only a human, I'm a man. I just look at it as a description.
It is a description, but you miss. I think you kind of missing the point. My point is, we don't know our lineage other than to say that we're African American. That's one, and it's because of our previous circumstances, right?
Right.
So when I say I will only be American when I am American, but I'm referred to as an African American. So that I feel some type of way about that. So if I'm going to be an African American, I want my own African America.
Wait a minute, but Italian people, as you just said, wait a minute, listen to this tonight. You just said that Italians call themselves Italian America. They don't have their own America, right?
Yeah, they do.
Italians have their own America.
Little Sicily? You ever been to Little Italy?
And we don't have North Philly? I mean,
yeah, no, but that's different, Stace. What I'm saying. What
you mean, Knight?
Italians know their lineage. They know where they come from. They know what area of their continent they come from.
We can find that out.
They know the people that they come from.
We can find that out.
They can act. Can you reach any of your relatives over in Africa?
Like, yes.
Wait, I'm asking. Answer the question.
I answered your question. I did my lineage thing, so I know where I'm from. So if I wanted to do further research,
can you contact, if you wanted to, can you contact a distant relative over in Africa? It's a simple question. It's a yes or no.
I don't know. I would probably say yeah, because anything that you want to get,
shit. Because if you coulda, you woulda already. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
I told you. I did my DNA, and I know the region that I'm from. I know that.
That's so, I know the region I'm from too. I'm from the region of Africa, some fucking weird.
So therefore, if you know the country that you're from, and you wanted to look into it a little further, you can find. I'm sure that you can find out if you wanted to do like a little roots joint. I'm sure that you can. I think that you can. Nice.
I don't even know who my father is. So how could I? How could I?
That's a little. Well, let me ask you this thing. Did you go out to do the research? I mean, did you actually make that a mission to find out who that was?
No.
Could you have possibly?
No.
I mean, a lot of us find ourselves in that boat.
All right, next topic.
Yeah. I mean, but because
I'm just saying, man. If I'm going to be American, I want to be. If I'm gonna be American, I'm gonna be the best American I can be.
But you know what, Nike,
if I'm gonna be African American, I need my own African America, just like the Indians were granted. Just like, you know what I mean? They have over, and before I made a misstatement. I said there was over 300 sovereign nations for the Native Americans.
Right.
There's over 500 sovereign Native American sovereignties. Right. So why can't we have one? What, like, I don't understand. Like, what's the problem with us having one? Right. They still Americans, but they have their own sovereignty. We would still be Americans, but we would have our own sovereignty.
Right. Something you said earlier though, Knight. You know, a lot of us, and I'm sure a lot of us went on. You know, we are part of blended families, and you know, and a lot of reasons why we don't find out the whole truth, I think, is to protect us from, you know, to keep stuff in to keep stuff sane. You know what I mean? Not saying that it's right all the time, but to a certain extent, I can understand it in some instances. I mean, and you know, it happens.
I just think that, you know, I just think that we have, as a Black community, we have gone through so much, and the what you call it, the after effects,
right? The consequences,
are so
True. True.
ingrained in
us
now.
Right.
You know
and
what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like it's going to take a lot for us to reverse the damage that has been done, but we have to start somewhere. I mean, we've already started.
Absolutely.
We've already started, but we just have to continue. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we got a lot of work to do, but it's doable.
It's doable. Right. Now this person said very sad.
Yeah.
I wonder, what part was very sad. You know what I mean? We trying
history. The history is sad.
Oh, everything that Renee said that.
Everything that we've been through as a people.
Right. Right. Yeah. I mean, but you know what though? But I'm an optimist, Knight. So I look at it and say, even looking at everything that we've gone through, look at the progress that we've made and look at what we've been able to accomplish. For our beautiful Black people, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, nobody have started. I don't know how many other, and of course this is a hypothetical because no one have ever gone through what we've gone through. How many other people could have started with a 400-year, behind 400 years and then arrive when we arrive?
Give somebody a 400-year head start,
right,
and still catch up.
Right, and not only catch up, Nike, but dominate.
Right.
Culture come up and dominate everything.
That's what our people don't realize. Like, they don't realize, man. We are great people. Like, when I say great, I'm talking about our people were one of the top civilization on the planet. We come from kings. Like, I think people hear that and they don't actually realize what that means, man. We got royal blood running through our veins.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, but Knight, the example I always give is that we witness who's that lady the lady the singer, the white lady that is like blowing up everything. Not Selena.
Who?
It's like we take everything for granted because it's in us. Eminem, put on a pedestal. Mariah Carey, the other Adele. We hear Adele every Sunday at church. So to us, it's not a big deal because we take it for granted. Because we see it so often
every day. We see how amazing we are on a daily basis.
And we take it for granted.
And just even when we see it, we have been programmed so long and so good. I mean, they're good at the shit they do. Like I said, there's only 4 media outlets. So they are in charge of the shit that we see.
Right.
And
amen.
They have us they feed it to us day and day.
Feed what to us? What do you mean? What do you mean?
They feed the lie. They feed the lie about how our people are. Like, when you see the
negative
news,
stereotypes.
Yeah. When you see the news, they rarely saying something good about Black folk on the news. You know what I'm saying? So, like, there's a force that's built that is actually against us. And even with all that, with all that,
still come out.
Still the shit.
That's right.
We still the shit.
I think you know what, Knight? I think the bigger problem is that we don't understand our greatness.
We don't.
Because like I said, I mean, I think we take it for granted because it's around us so much, It's around us so much. So we just look at it as if, oh, that's just, I know she has a great voice. Oh, that's just Linda from the church. Right. She's been singing like
about
that
this,
since a kid.
What happens when we realize who we are?
True.
When we realize who we are, we're the greatest at everything we do.
Absolutely.
If we're going to be a lawyer, we're going to be Johnny Cochran.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? If we're going to be a doctor, what's that idiot that worked with Trump?
Oh, Carson.
Carson. We gonna be Carson. Well, not Carson, but
no, I understand what you. But his accomplishments, you can't take that away from him.
Right.
What he did. Right.
And if we gonna be a president, we gonna be Obama. Even though I got some shit on that.
I mean, you got some crap on everybody, but you know what though? He still wound up. You know, he still wound up being one of the better ones that we had.
Right. Exactly. Still. So that's what I'm saying. Everything that we do, we do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Once we get it in our head, like, you know what? I'm the shit. Look at Oprah. She wasn't the most beautiful person on TV when she was doing it.
Right.
She was like, I know who the fuck I am. I'm Oprah. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. All right, Nike. Last one. Since you mentioned the name, we're gonna use that as a segue.
All right.
Was Barack Obama worth the drama?
What you mean by that?
What we mean by that is, if the Obama presidency basically sparked the rise of the Tea Party and the backlash from other people because of recognizing the changing of the country and the browning of the country and all the repercussions of that, which basically spawned Trump. Trump came as a result of Obama. It was the backlash, the anger, which puts us where we are now.
Right.
So if with all that getting us to where we are now, was Obama worth the drama?
I think now I used to kind of like have a man crush on Obama. Like that was my dude. You know what I'm saying? Like
you never told me that.
Yeah, like I'm like, man, Obama, you know what I mean? I was all with it.
I mean, I still do. That's still my man, but go ahead.
That's my man, but he's the coolest, definitely the coolest president we ever had in the office. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's because, like I said, when we do some shit, we do some shit. You know what I'm saying? And it was, I think he was worth the drama because all of that stuff that came out, that shit already existed.
True.
Already existed. True. But what was good about it, which was the same thing that was good about Trump's presidency. The only thing that I could say about, and I'm not saying that he was a good president.
I got you.
What I'm saying is
the only good thing that came of it.
The only good thing that came of it was it brought those people from under their rocks.
Right. True.
Now you know who is who.
Right.
Now you know who is who.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So back when Obama was a president, you didn't really know who was who. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because it was like, well, yeah, he, they wasn't really free to express the opinions that they had about race and whatnot. And I had posted something, or I had shared something the other day. You remember our man Jolly?
Jolly, no, not off him.
Jolly Good Ginger. We had him on the show.
The white dude?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember.
Jolly. Yeah. So you ain't see the post that I put up there where he was explaining racism?
Oh, I didn't realize that was him. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
That was him. Yeah. So that right there says a lot about what racism is. People don't understand that racism is a system. Just like the judicial system, just like the political system. Racism is a system.
It's an institution, right?
It's an institution. It's not. Prejudice is different. What you see with the KKK, well, no, with
that's
the
a thought process.
Yeah, but KKKs are racist too because they have people in power. But what I'm saying is that there's a difference between prejudice and racism.
True.
You know what I mean? Prejudice. Yeah. Go ahead.
Looks like Brenda said, absolutely worth it. Made America look at itself for real. It encouraged people to get involved and create dialogue. And I agree. Yep. Now, unfortunately, because of that, I mean, we took a couple steps back, though. We took a couple steps back because I guess we both agree that ignorance, being blissfully ignorant isn't the ideal situation, but people choose to do that. Neither you or I don't, but people do. But what, like you said, and what Brenda's saying, it forced us to take a couple steps back, because look at where we are now versus where we were before, as far as everything being so overt. That's right. I mean, that's not a good look.
It's not a good. It actually is a good look, because you know who you're dealing with.
Because we know. I mean, I get that.
You know what I'm saying? But another thing is too. Another thing is when you know who you're dealing with,
you can deal with
how to deal with them. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, the enemy is better than the one you don't. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Right.
But again, but my point is that it forced us to take it. Not it forced us, but as a result of it, society has taken a couple steps back.
And if you're thinking we have taken a couple steps back now, wait until the Republicans get back in office. I'm trying to tell you, States, they got some shit planned. I hear it. I hear it.
Right. Yeah, they're already working on it. Brendan, click on the link. Is the link out there? The link is out there, Brendan. If you want to join in, all you gotta do is click on the link.
Just remember this. They have the Supreme Court is mostly conservative. Right. True. The county elections, the county and city elections, most of those people are Republicans now.
Right.
GOP controlled. Then you got the state offices. Most of those are GOP controlled. Only control we have right now is the presidency and the House.
Right.
No, is it the Senate?
Yeah, the House.
The House. Whatever.
Right.
But once that turns over,
right,
we have no way to stop whatever they want to do.
Right.
You understand what I mean?
But you know what, Knight? That's why, brings up a good point though. That's why it's true that all politics is local, because the fact that the Republicans were able to take over those state houses and redistrict and change voting laws and things like that is because, we spend a lot of time on those national and those higher office elections versus the ones that are closest to the House, the school boards,
right?
Like you said, the judges, city council, mayors, state houses. They were able.
If you think it's bad now, if we lose control of that little bit of political institution that we can control now, it's gonna be a wrap. It's gonna be a wrap. Yeah. And it's like people don't really want to see. Like that's why you can't take the blue pill. Like you can't stay in your what you call it, because
in your bubble.
If you stay in your bubble,
they come for you. Eventually they come for you. Right.
They're gonna come up to you with a pen, bust that bubble, and then you sitting there looking stupid.
And as they say, but there by the grace of God goes I. If you don't stand up for it, eventually you'll be the one on the table. So I agree with you, and I think we both come to the conclusion that, taking the blissful pill is not the right answer, because like you said, when people start taking over, eventually they coming for you.
You want to see what's going on around you, man.
But even selfishly, as somebody said, I think it was Thurgood Marshall said, injustice on anybody is injustice for everybody, or either King or Marshall.
You tore his joint all up, but we get you. We get
Miss Stevens didn't teach us that in English.
We get
but the statement is true though. I mean, if you see it happening and you don't speak up on it, actually, it's funny. I was having a conversation about that actually today, talking about teachable moments, because I'm of the mindset you have some people saying they don't feel obligated to address people, or as they say, talk to people or teach someone how to be a better person.
It depends on who that person is and what the subject is.
But I personally, Knight, I look at them as teachable moments. So when that opportunity is there, or someone says something, if you don't speak up about it, you're taking a blue pill at that moment, if you can address it. Now, if you can't speak to the subject and you don't have anything to say about it, that's different, because you just don't know. But if you know but choose not to speak up on it, isn't that the same as taking the blue pill, taking the blissful pill? Isn't that the same?
See, it all depends on, like I said, it all depends on who you're talking about and what you're talking about.
What do you mean?
Because so if I'm talking to somebody and I pick up on that they racist or saying something stupid, I don't got time for that. I don't got time for that. But if I'm talking to somebody that sounds like if I'm talking to somebody who has a different opinion but sounds like they have
a racist has a different opinion, then you just disagree with it. Now, I don't mean they're standing you calling you the N-word. I'm saying if they're bringing up things, if they're talking about how much they love and support somebody that you just think is trash, let's just say Trump.
Like a Trump supporter, right?
Say, okay, right. They have a different of opinion. You happen to disagree with it. So
I used to try to engage them. I used to try to engage Trump supporters, but now I've realized that it's not just it has nothing to do with logic. It has nothing to do with
see, but you have to engage them in order to
actually going on.
Right?
No, it's like a cult. It has nothing to do with like
logic. But you don't know that until you engage them.
I do. What I'm saying is I've engaged a lot of Trump, just because of where I live. I've engaged in the South. I've engaged a lot of Trump supporters, but at a certain point, you realize that it's not about any issues.
Logic, right?
It's not about anything logical. It's all about ideological crap that they fed into them that they're spewing out. And then most of the time, they don't even realize what they're talking about.
Right.
You know what I mean? They just go by Trump's talking points.
But I don't think we disagree.
What they hear on Fox.
Because you are saying that you engage them until you reach the point in the conversation that it seems to be cyclical. When you're not making any more progress.
Like now, I will not go to it. Like if there was a Trump supporter right now, and he was saying this and this and this and that, I ain't got time for that. Why? I don't got time for that. Like, because I know from my previous experiences talking to Trump supporters that it's not about anything that I can convince them about policies or anything. Like I said, that contains logic.
But
it's not about that. It's about an idea.
Well, first of all, each person is different. So simply because you had a reaction from one supporter that went
not
the
one
wrong way. Wait, listen, hear me out. That doesn't mean that every person is gonna react the same way. You might reach one person. Isn't that what we always say? The goal is to reach one. So don't you have to at least still engage them?
Only one that I have to engage is my people. That's the only one that I feel I have to engage.
Isn't that still like taking the bliss pill? Isn't that like saying
nope? Because I've already taken the red pill. So when I talk to him and he's talking,
what if this person? But Tay, I got a question for you. This person had both the pills in their hand. They say right now, Terry.
They don't have.
Listen, hear me out. You didn't hear me out.
That's
you didn't let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
This person is saying, I got both pills in my hand. I got my Trump pill, which is the red pill, and the blue pill that which you talking about. And they're asking you for guidance or for for input on which pill to take. I think it's incumbent upon you as a person that can engage them on a myriad of topics. I think it's incumbent upon you to engage them to help maybe guide them to take the blue pill.
That's just it. They not asking me which pill should I take. They like this. They shoving the red pill in my face. They shoving the Trump pill in my face. Like this is this. So if I'm like, no, bro, you got that wrong because X, Y, Z. They're not hearing that.
So you do give them the opportunity, though. You engage them until you realize that.
That's why I said. I said I used to. Now I don't because it's no point to it.
Yeah, see, I just think that, I think that.
Look at all the shit that he's done.
I agree with you.
If you still are, drinking that Kool-Aid, what can I can't. It's nothing that I can say that's going to change your mind about that. So I'm not wasting my time on somebody like that. I would rather be more productive talking to somebody,
to somebody that agree with you.
not somebody that agree, but somebody that may
you just
have
said that you don't want to talk to a person that disagree. So the only other person would be the person that agrees.
That you putting words in my mouth.
What are you saying, Terry?
I said that a Trump supporter. I didn't say anybody. I said a Trump supporter. I really don't have no rap about it. Right.
Who disagrees with your position?
Right.
You don't want to deal with
people besides
so
Trump
who do you want to
supporters
spend your time
that may
to?
disagree with my position.
But a Trump supporter disagrees with your position.
But there's other people as well that might disagree with my position that don't have to be Trump supporters. You get what I'm saying?
Okay. So okay. All right, I can rock out with that. So you will engage, though. In other words, you will engage.
Yeah, I will engage if I think it's worth engaging.
Okay, there you go. Okay, I think we have to. I think those are teachable moments. That the example I used earlier today. I was saying that's almost like the young girl sitting at the house. Her family came up from the sticks. They sitting at the dinner table or on Thanksgiving talking about all these monkeys, and the black girl like, no, don't. The black girl doesn't. The little the white chick doesn't correct or check her grandmother saying those racist statements. You gotta check monkeys. Them. No. I'm just using that as an example.
What
meaning,
the fuck? Who was you talking to? Calling somebody monkeys?
No, I don't say it. My point is that whenever we have those teachable moments, it's incumbent upon us to engage.
Right. And it depends on who you trying to teach too. That's what I'm saying. Motherfuckers calling motherfuckers monkeys out this joint. God damn.
I kind of went off a little bit. That's that absolute. But go ahead. All right.
We at the end of the show now, everybody. I hope y'all had a good time listening, because we had a good time talking about stuff. And we really appreciate everybody visiting our digital neighborhood. But now it's time to get out.
Right. Get out.
And just remember, I'm TL, and love is the new black.
That's his thing. All right, y'all.
My shit from
in closing, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed yourself. Thanks for those that did make comments. Don't forget you can catch us on all of the major platforms. Please go on to YouTube. We're going to put the link out there. Please click on the YouTube and subscribe so that we can see our numbers go up. It helps, please. But again, we hope y'all all enjoyed it. We hope to see you back here next week, same place, same time. And we appreciate y'all. Peace.
Love y'all. We out.